Hey, welcome back. Back out in the shop again. We are messing with the Savage 110 7mm rifle again. I think part two of this series, if you want to call it that. I took out all the glass bedding in the stock and got it all cleaned up, sanded. I did put a little bit of a stain in that barrel channel, and I've been clear coating it since I last released that video. So we're just kind of sealing up the stock now. Kind of while I'm waiting to get the scope rings and stuff, there's just little cosmetic things like I've got my my bolt body here, so it's pretty tarnished. It's got some just some wear marks from people using the action. A little bit of just patina to it, probably just from rust, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the wheel here in a second with some buffing compound, and we're going to see if we can't put a little bit of a polish to it, shine that bolt back up, get some of those marks and that patina off so we get back to a nice shiny bolt. Not sure what it's going to do to the Savage logo. Is that coming in good? Yeah, not sure what's going to do to that logo there. I'll try to do my best. It might take it completely off. We'll see. Either way, it's missing a lot of the logo anyways, so if anything, we'll just get a nice shiny bolt out of it. So here we go. I'll shut my mouth. I'm just using a real light touch here. We don't need to put a lot of pressure. It's kind of a aggressive compound I'm using. Not real aggressive, but it's going to be enough to shine this up with minimal pressure. So I might have to take a couple passes at it here, but we'll see what we get. Let's try to use even pressure. Sure we hit the whole surface of the bolt. Yeah, we're definitely doing something to it here. All this black stuff is just the compound, so we'll get a rag, that stuff will buff right off of there. Looks like we can still make out the logo too, so maybe thinned it out a little bit, but either way, let's keep working at it here. I may have to load this wheel up again. It's an old wheel, I haven't used it in a while, so. There may be some of you gurus out there that do this stuff for a living, probably give me hell, but the way I've done it's always gave me satisfactory results. So I think we got all that patina off there. Let's take a rag to this guy and clean it up, see what we get. Hold tight 1 second. Of course, I find the shittiest rag that I got laying around my shop here. But it doesn't take much effort to get this up. Biggest thing is critical areas, guys. If you're going to buff parts, just watch, because believe it or not, this soft wheel here with the compound, it'll eat up an edge of hard steel pretty quick. So you have to be mindful of that. Should get my oily rags. I think I'm just smearing stuff now. Oh yeah, we got some Savage logo. Definitely got the patina off there. Smoothed out some of those marks just from working the action, which I know that's just going to be short-lived. As soon as I start shooting it, those are going to come right back. But just the biggest thing is getting that patina off there. So just cosmetic stuff. I mean, it's really not doing much for the functionality of the rifle. One thing I did notice, let's see if I can find it on here. It may be hard to see from your point of view, but I don't know if it's something they did at the factory or what, but they hand etched the last 4 of the serial number in the bolt. So you see that a lot with like old surplus rifles and stuff, but I don't know, maybe that was just something Savage did. Or maybe this thing's been worked on, or I don't know, so it's hard to tell. But all right, so man, the dog's out here helping me. He's standing right behind me. Keeps fucking farting. Shit smells like shit smells like baby throw up. Oh wow. All right, so you guys may not be able to see this. It's got a little bit of an oily sheen to it because of the rag I just used, but we did get all of that patina off there. A lot of those wear marks. I see one spot kind of right in here that I'm gonna have to hit up again. But all in all, 5 minutes worth of work and clean that bolt up pretty nice. So stay tuned on this Savage Shit Show series. More to come. So hopefully next I get my scope rings, get the scope mounted. We'll get out to range, put some rounds down range on the paper, see what kind of accuracy we're getting with just a factory setup before any of the bedding. So yeah, good results with that buffing compound. And just depending on how the light hits it, you can still make out that logo pretty good. Straight on, I don't know if it's just some of the reflection or what. Looks like it's a little faded, but yeah, coming out from the side, you can still make that out pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and assemble this. One thing I didn't buff on, guys, was the was the bolt face, the locking lugs here. So we did leave that alone. Me personally, again, I'm not a gunsmith, guys. This is just something hobby for me, so somewhat of a hobby for me. So things like this, these critical areas that we could start affecting, headspace and whatnot, I'd probably avoid any kind of work on this. So if you got something that's damaged, yeah, sure, you might be able to take a hone stone and clean up like a burr or something, but definitely avoid buffing those down, at least with mechanical means. I do probably stick to just hand work with this kind of stuff. So all right, so we'll go ahead and start slapping this guy together here. That's really only one way that can go in there. Make sure we line that hole up so the firing pin can access it. Okay. So this is, I'd already stripped and kind of cleaned all this when I bought it. Slide the firing pin and sleeve in here. Make sure that dropped all the way in there. There we go. The damn dog tonight, man. Okay, so you see it's got like a little notch out in that sheet metal sleeve. So to get that back in, we're going to need to line that up. Then we can rotate it. So when you guys do put this back together, I probably wouldn't leave it like this here because you won't be able to get the bolt back in the gun. So make sure you have it kind of off to the side so it's cocked. Okay, so we don't want the firing pin forward. We want it just like it's been cocked. Okay. So there's a little groove here, and then we got a little ball bearing in there. So just gonna line that up. And our bolt handle, re-blued this guy, so I had some burrs and some wear on it, so I did re-blue this. Make sure I get that, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this and watch the camera at the same time. Just make sure we don't cross thread this guy. I think the newer Savages use like a hex key head. It's got the slot. I was kind of worried when I was taking it apart, but last idiot had this thing so damn loose that the bolt handle is all flopping around and everything. So when you do go and tighten this up, make sure you use a good bit that's meant for it. So bit wasn't the proper term for it. Don't shoot me, but sorry, my brain's not working tonight. So I'm just going to put some light pressure on it right now just to kind of retain it. But once I get this back in the action, I'm going to go ahead and snug it up. You don't have to murder it, but you just want to get it snug enough to where it's not going to back out when you start working it. So there's our finished bolt, guys. So nice and shiny, nice and clean. Hopefully this thing's ready for action. All right, I'm out. Later.